What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Aliens on the Border. Make sure you're following us on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your fucking podcast. Today, we have a special guest with us. It's been over a year in the making. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you one of the most prolific, prominent internet celebrities, internet personalities, soon-to-be radio personality. He is the founder, the owner of FrankieConElFlow Friday, CEO at Elflow Records. He's going to have a radio show soon on 102.9 with our good friend over here, Mr. Lemon. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for FrankieConElFlow, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Let's hear that fucking intro song, Jeff.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found.
Faster than light, spaceship of the future.
By direction of the President of the United States, stay in your home.
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly?
Born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust, there is no word to describe them.
We may be witnesses to a biblical prophecy come true.
Why is it that we usually ignore the fourth dimension?
Is this the human race of the future?
Aliens on the border.
What it do, gentlemen? How you guys doing today, man?
Shit, we feeling great, bro. Honestly, to be here.
Dude, I feel like I mentioned, it's been, like a year ago. I went back to our DMs because I wanted to know, I was like, how long has it been since I've been trying to, like, come together and collab and shit? And it goes back to, like, January 2022, I think, is, like, when, that first shit. Yeah. And, dude, like, I'm happy that it was fucking finally able to happen. I'm happy we were able to get your partner in crime into the mix as well. A little last second, but shit, we fucking made it work, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you even inviting me to as well. I do remember whenever I moved to Laredo when we had that conversation, that chat. But it's it's finally here. And it's in the Border podcast, with Josh here. So I'm grateful.
Yes,
bro. Thank
sir,
you so
man.
much for,
yes, sir. What's up, Lemon? How you doing today, bro?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. I just woke up like a couple hours ago.
That DJ life, huh?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. I've been up since 4 in the fucking morning, so we're out here getting it in, bro.
We fathers, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Dad,
yes, sir.
Sure. So,
that's what it is. You gotta squeeze in a little bit of me time every now and then, as much as you fucking can as a dad and shit. But the reason why we're even here today, and a big part of it is this project that we're gonna be talking about in a bit, guys. But of course, as I mentioned at the top of the thing, you guys are getting a radio show, and we're gonna get into that. But before we jump into all of that, I really want to get into how Frankie Velasquez became FrankieConElFlow. Like, where do we start, man? How did you even get into music, dude?
Honestly, so when it comes to music itself, that happened maybe so I'm 31. So let's say when I was 18 years old. So 13 years ago is when I started music. It was, I guess, I was like writing poetry, though, rhyming. Then I got into hip-hop, rap. Then I bought my own M audio back in the day, and I started recording myself. I've always done everything by myself. But yeah, man, that's when it first started. And then obviously around that time, Austin was like the music capital, South by Southwest and all these festivals.
Yes, sir.
But that's when I moved over there. The music grew more, and I just kept going at it from there.
So you're originally from Laredo? Or
yeah, I'm originally from here. Yeah,
okay,
I was born here, but I've been in a lot of places. I was born here, moved when I was 2, and went to Chicago.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I was raised in Chicago 14 years.
Oh,
shit. Illinois, 708. Shout out to Elsip. Then we came back. I was here for a year in middle school, 4 years in high school, a little bit in TAMU. Then around 19 years old, that's when I left to Austin. Yeah, I was like, man, let's go.
That's what's up, dude. Like, did you? I know right now. If you guys don't know, make sure you go to Frankie's Instagram, follow him there. He's got the link tree up there with his music wherever you can find it. But like, did you always start with like making reggaeton? Because I know that's mainly where you're focusing on right now, at least, right?
Right. No. So I started doing my idols, I guess. Back in the day when I was like, 18, 19, was Wiz Khalifa,
for sure,
Tyga, Big Sean, all those type of artists. Then it turned into Drake and The Weeknd and Party Next Door.
Yes, sir.
But then it changed into Spanish when I was like, look, man, I'm Mexican. I need to go back to my roots. I'm bilingual. I need to do English and Spanish music. And around that time when I told my boy Leg, shout out to Leg, Border Town Mafia, that's where we were represented. I heard Bad Bunny, Soy Peor.
Okay,
and Ozuna, Escapate Conmigo, and that was like my motivation. Oh shit, there's actually artists out here that's doing what I want to do,
right?
And that's when I started doing reggaeton and just reggaeton music first. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was listening to just doing my research and shit. I wanted to make sure I was well read before we fucking got onto the mic. Yeah. So I was listening to the latest project that was out on your YouTube music. That's my platform. That's what the fuck I love to use YouTube music. Shout out to the algorithm; it always works. But Bellaco is that the latest project that's out?
So Bellaqueo and Blues.
Bellaqueo, there you go.
Bellaqueo and Blues. And that was more like a R&B and Spanish type EP that was inspired by Champs, which is who's my artist, because I have a label too, AOTB Records.
I'm going to get to that in just a second.
And so it was inspired by that. I always wanted to do, because I did Party Next Door, like that type of R&B music in English. And I always said, man, I want to do R&B music in Spanish in that type of vibe, those type of beats. And so that's what happened. One day we just recorded a song, and then it came in. Yeah, we found the vibe quick. And so we're like, you know what? We're going to do an EP that's like 5 songs, R&B in Spanish, and they came out to that, and people love our first track. I think it's called Quiero Verte right now on all streaming platforms.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that was a dope time, honestly.
That project, and that's mainly what I was listening to throughout the day today, and I really fuck with it, dude. I like the style that you hit. Like, I feel like it's a badass combination of literally what you just said, like a Spanish R&B, but it's got like a little bit of perreo sprinkled into that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
depends like the way you like you the tone and how you 100%. Hit it and all that too as well. Yeah, I brought that type of tone, and then Champs, since he's an R&B singer in English, he brought his own flavor. We just mashed it up together, and it became this project. Honestly, it's probably one of the best projects I've ever done, and probably his too. It's gonna, every time I listen to it, I'm like, shit, we fucking did that shit.
When did you start with, or when did you create El Flow Records, dude? How'd that start up?
Well, El Flow Records was after actually the live that I started doing, So El Flow Records started when I was like, you know what, I want to make my own record label, because when I found out, when I was researching how to put everything on streaming platforms, how it's going to be mine, what can I do to make this a business and make it my own, I started researching the name El Flow Records. First I was like, okay, Flow Records, but it was taken. And I was like, because you have to search the name first to see if it's taken or not. So El Flow Records wasn't taken, so I bought it, and then that was it. Well, because obviously it originated from FrankieConElFlow.
Yes, sir.
I wasn't going to put ConElFlow Records. It didn't sound dope to me, so I put El Flow Records. I took off the con and put El Flow Records, because that was what was available.
Shit, no shit. And how long ago was that you were like able to secure the name and everything?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
oh shit.
A year in when I started the live show.
Now we jumped a little bit ahead because we kind of like glossed over a little bit the live show, which I've tuned into every now and then, and a lot of like close friends of mine have been on there. Shout out to Laudo, shout out to fucking Andy.
Yeah, shout out to Hidden Sound.
Shout out to fucking Hidden Sound. They're gonna be on soon as well. But what birthed that idea, dude? Like, how did you get into that?
So before I tell you how the idea happened, I had to tell you back when I first started here in Laredo. Laredo wasn't open-minded. It was very closed-minded. No one really helped each other out. No one supported artists. It was just like a war in between everybody. But when I first started, I knew that what can I say? I knew that I was trash. I just first started. I knew I was competing with other people who've done it for years, but I didn't want to be. I wanted to show you, but to critique me in a good way, where like, how can I improve? Not really much like, yo, man, you fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? Right. I just wanted to be heard.
Constructive as opposed to like exactly
correct.
What you just said.
Yeah.
Right
like I know I sucked. Like I know I have to work on myself. I just need to know what am I doing right now, or just like I want someone to be happy or be proud of me of what I'm doing now. That's it. That's all. I just wanted to be heard.
Facts.
Right?
Okay.
Let's go back to that word heard. So I remember I went live and was during COVID. I went live and I was making some reggaeton music, and I went live. Let me go live. Let me show these people, what we're doing. And LTA was on the live, and he was like, "Yo, what's up, Frankie? Hey, if I send you a song, can you listen to it on the live?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, bro." And I was already faded at this point, like faded. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And so he sent it to me. I heard it. While listening to it, he shared my live, and another person, Gio, he was like, yo, man, can you do my track? And you can react to it. So people love the idea, I guess, of somebody else listening to their music and giving them a good reaction. I wasn't critiquing. I was like, I didn't say nothing. I was just being, it was more of a reaction than of a critiquing part.
Yeah, like trying to feel it out, trying to see.
Yeah, exactly. When I'm faded,
music,
you know, and then to me, I listen to everybody in all levels and all that. I mean, I'll dive deep more into that later, but I had a good time. They loved it. So then I was like, you know what? I went back to like, you know, when I was on the radio, I was like, yo, man, this is what I always wanted. Maybe this is what I need to do. People want to be heard. They don't need somebody to tell them what to do because they already know what to do, what they need to work on themselves. So they just need someone to, you know, to hear them out. That's it. And that's what I did. So that's how the show became what it is. That's why my slogan is where all artists are heard. So no matter if you're a professional or if you just started and you record in a professional studio or you record on your phone with your Apple headphones, you're going to be heard, and I'm not going to shame you or like, you know, tell you shit if, you know, for what you have, because, you know, some of us are limited to what we have.
For sure.
And some of us have the most, that, you know, we have everything and we still don't do it. So
yeah.
Who am I to tell you what to do? So when people told me they limited me, now I'm doing this right now. Who am I to tell them what to do when they could be the next me in the future, right?
That's facts, man.
So, and then everybody appreciated that idea, and that's what it became to be. Now, the name, though, was pretty interesting. So during COVID, there was I went through different names. My first name, let me tell you, my first name was the Kid Frankie. That was my first name. Okay. Then I went to Kid Frankie. Then I went to Frankie V when I did reggaeton music. And now I was like, I need a different name. So I did, there was a video, I don't know where it was. There was a kid from Puerto Rico, right? And he was like a little chubby, but he had so much confidence. He was like, oye, no sé qué, mami, yo tengo el flow. Tú sabes que yo tengo el flow. And I don't know what, and it stuck with me. And then, you know how back then they were doing like those hashtags, like, you know, TTT or like whatever. Like I did FrankieConElFlow, and then I would do it on Fridays, so it could be like FrankieConElFlow Friday hashtag. So that's how I got the name. I was like, you know what? I'm already Frankie. Then I put FrankieConElFlow together, and then Friday, so I could do it every single Friday because it's the weekend, it's COVID, no one's going out.
Yeah,
you know,
let's get it together virtually.
Exactly, bro. Yeah. Because if you can't, you know, if supporting from virtually, that's what everybody wanted. You know, so it was something brand new to everybody. So that's why, you know, that's where the name came from. It came from a video when he was saying con el flow. Yo tengo el flow. Tú sabes que yo tengo el flow. And I'm like, you know, Frankie con el flow. And that was a week before I even went live the first time. So was, and then as soon as I got that, I went to Office Depot, bought the banner, made my own like title, pasted it up on the background, and then within a week I just did the show. From that live where LTAO did that, it took me 2 weeks to do that, and then within 2 weeks I did that show, the first one.
Fuck.
And from there,
badass.
It just blew up. That's crazy. Yeah, and it's like it's definitely one of the bigger things that I've seen that I scroll across Facebook. At least that's like something from Laredo, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's always been popping off whenever it's been on. So, like, you know, mad props for that shit. And, like, on one of the things that you were talking about is essentially, like, giving a platform to artists to be heard and everything. And I can definitely relate to that because that's one of the core, like, concepts of the podcast in itself when it was birthed. Like, if you go back to the very first, like, episode, like, that is the main thing that I wanted to do with the podcast, that I have the ability to like showcase all the fucking talent that's here. It's like I started it back in 2018, and that was right before COVID. And to your point, I would not that I'm in like the music scene here, in the sense that I'm making music, but a lot of my friends, close friends, and everything are people that are in the music scene in different genres, whether it be like in rap or in reggaeton or like rock and everything. And a lot of what you're saying is true, dude. Like, you know, shows would get put together. You know, Raza shows up and shit. It's like, oh, I saw my boy. All right, let's leave. And it's like, wait, bro, there's still like 6-7 other artists that are going to put on a show. Like, let's fucking, you know, like, let's vibe. Let's all hang. Let's fucking see what's up. And it's that culture kind of like started fading away. And then COVID hit and just fucking shut everything down.
Yeah. I remember that too. Yeah. I mean, it was barely popping up with Electro Lounge.
For sure. Yeah. That was a good venue. And dude, like, I'm happy to see that someone from the inside is doing it as well in the way that you're doing it, that I feel like the genuine reacting and everything to people's music, that's a dope thing, because it's one thing to come to somebody with your project, you know, and as artists, I know a lot of artists are like very fucking sensitive. It's like, in a sense, the work that they're putting out is like a piece of themselves, you know. And if you're gonna, when you put yourself out there like that,
Snowflakes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, right? Like, I don't know if snowflakes, but like, it takes a certain type of personality to be like, I'm gonna show you this shit that I think is like dope.
Right.
And then like sometimes it's not always dope and whatever. And you know, have you ever come across a situation where like, I don't know, somebody felt the type of way about like your reaction or anything, or
nobody has till this day has, because like this is the way I break it down with somebody. So when I know they need, it's because I was there too. I was at the bottom before, so like I know how it works. You know, I don't need. So they know themselves. They're gonna show me this project. They know what level I'm on. They know where they stand at. They just want me to listen to them and appreciate it. That's it. But like, because let's say for example, some people on the live will tell me, "Yo, man, how do you like this? If this is their audio is shit, like you can't hear nothing, or their flow is whack, or the lyrics they're saying is not give it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not making sense." But the thing is, I'm not. Like, let's say, for example, the audio is shit, but their flow is amazing. It's because they don't have the equipment yet, but they're trying.
Yeah,
I see it in that way. Or they have the good equipment and their flow isn't there, but look, bro, they invested in to get what they need to get, and now they're trying. Who am I to tell them you know what I'm saying? We all have levels, and they're going to grow. They want somebody to hear them out. So what I do is I don't pick and choose. I listen to what your strength is, right? And we all have weaknesses. We all have strengths and weaknesses, right?
That's for
but
sure.
Our weaknesses, we know what we need to work on. You know what I'm saying? And they know it. But I tell them in a positive way. I don't critique them. I'll tell them they're shit or like they're bad or you need to work on this shit. Like, no. I see talent in every single artist. Everybody has potential, right? It's up to them, right? And I'm not there to tell them what to do. But and it doesn't matter. Like I said, I break down every artist, break down every song. But in every song, there's always that hidden talent, always, you know.
I want to touch on something that you mentioned right now when we're talking about FLow Records, and this struck me because again, knowing the people that I know, that a lot of them are artists in one way or another. A lot of the times, they can be very good at their craft in terms of whether it be like, you know, hip hop, producing beats, you know, writing, making music, painting, taking pictures, making videos, whatever it is. They can be really, really good at their craft, and sometimes that comes at a cost to where like the business side of it is not always there. What kind of clicked for you to be like, let me jump on this opportunity to make sure I'm also getting in on the business side? Like, where did that connection come from?
So that connection came from what can I do to be everywhere, right? Like I'm very heavy on social media, right? So I was always up to date in that technology and how social media worked. When you put a story and the song comes up, right, you can pick a song to put on your story. I'm like, what can I do to be there? How can I put my song so whenever I post something, I can search my song and put it there, right? SoundCloud, you know SoundCloud rappers, and I don't.
Not to shit on them.
Not to shit on like SoundCloud rappers. That's fine.
I used to be a SoundCloud rapper,
that's,
so
that's your
you're
platform.
hurting my feelings.
No. And me too. I was a SoundCloud rapper too. But what can I do to be more out there? What can I do to be more street platforms? There's artists out here that have been here for a very long time that it's all it takes is initiative to teach yourself and to research. So what I did was, take the initiative to research and like, hey, what can I do to be everywhere? I don't want to be just SoundCloud, because SoundCloud didn't have the share options like Facebook and Instagram do to be out there more. I want more. I need to be everywhere. So what I did was all I did was research. All I did was, hey, what can I do about sharing platforms? Get me a distributing platform to put myself out there. How can I own these beats, lease them, read contracts? Honestly, it was just basically learning on your own. Like, I taught everything myself. I read and I researched. To do that, you have to take the initiative to do it yourself. If you don't do it, then
are you guys paying attention? This is fucking gems right here, dude. I hope you guys are fucking paying attention to this shit.
If you don't take the initiative to do it on your own, then you're gonna stay in the same spot. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
And then honestly, because everybody has potential. But I tell everybody, I give everybody free game. I give right here, for example. This is free game for everybody.
You're just about to start charging y'all asses.
and that's where artists, and that's where in Austin, that's what they call artist services, right? I actually have a service where I'm able to record you for free, promote you consistently, and make you a better artist if you stick to my program. I have a program for artists. It was more expensive, and someone did pay it for a couple months, but then I lowered it down. But that's what I do. I like to mold artists. That's what I love to do. I want to do that, but it's just they need to reach out. That's all you got to do.
I love that you're bringing that out, and I want to ask you a question here. Like, let's say I'm a fucking high schooler. I'm writing poetry and shit. I'm listening to like YouTube free beats and shit. Give me 5 reading subjects. It doesn't, a book, article, website, whatever, that would help me understand the business side of it to a better degree.
Okay. All right. So, well, it depends. Like high schooler, it depends if I already listened to you and liked your flow and you have like I said, everybody has potential, but there's ones that, you do got to pick.
Yeah, you got to see, yeah.
Because it comes down more to just doing it. It's more than the personality and the person themselves. So that's first thing. But 5 things. All right. First, it would be, all right, you're on SoundCloud and you're downloading these beats and you have a job, right? For example, and I know you have a job, right? You're downloading these beats when you could actually lease them. Let me show you. You would have to research, like go down on the show more on YouTube, and there's websites where you can lease them, and then research how to read contracts. First thing, research how to lease beats and use them professionally without getting sued. Research how to put your music on streaming platforms, right? Research how to share your stuff on all social medias, right? And then 5th is just be out there more. Just take pictures, go live, take videos, right? No audience will not know who you are. You could drop 100 songs on SoundCloud, but without them seeing one picture of you, they won't even look at you. They're not going to know who you are. They need to see your face and they need to know who you are to actually get them intrigued and actually listen to you. You could drop, and there's a fact for some people I know, they drop music, but when I heard them, say for example me, someone who knows music a lot in the music industry, I see that I don't even know how you look like, so I'm not even gonna look at you. But when I see videos and see photos, and then I see a long list, that's gonna even be like, oh shit, okay, they're working. You know?
They're putting in the fucking work.
5th thing is basically just work, but research streaming platforms, how to lease beats, it's not business what I'm doing right now, but it's something like to get you going, like because I'm not gonna do everything for you. I promise you that. Yeah. But I need you to research, and if you're really into it, then if you research, you come back to me like, hey man, this is how you do it, perfect. So those are the topics that you would beats, streaming platforms, social media, and
putting in the work.
Yeah, put in the work, bro. Yeah. That's basically it. Yeah,
putting in the work, putting yourself out there. All right, you heard that shit. And here's on the same kind of like subject matter. I wanted to ask this, like, where does because you're venturing into being like not just, of course, like a musician in the sense that you're making your own music, you're producing beats, right? You're producing other artists as well, and you're also putting your hand into the business side of it. So like that's that entrepreneurship spirit. Like, where do you think that comes from? Is that something that like you saw growing up, or was it something that you kind of like put yourself into it? Right.
It's something I think that I've always loved doing. I've always liked helping people out. And like how I'm doing now. I do it so this live show again. I do it for free. People always told me, dude, you need to charge these people. Tell them to send you $10 to put you on rotation, bro. I've always said, no, I don't want to do that. My what can I say? My following would be grown like genuinely doing it for the love of doing it and helping people out. If I charge them, they're not going to want to come to me. Why would I want to do that? And that's not the way you gain following. So coming to down like the business side and now helping with people is because I love to help out people. But now see in the business side, I mean, honestly, I probably won't make that much money. But if it happens, it happens, right? But I think when it comes to that, I just want to help people out. That's basically it. Well, the potential and depends who it is, you know.
Yeah, it has to be the right person. Like, being in the music industry, I think there's a lot of different factors that are going to determine, like, not just the talent. Like, you could be the best rapping motherfucker on a mic or whatever, but you ain't got the personality, you don't have that X factor, like,
Right.
you know, what are we talking about now? Like,
Exactly.
you can stick to, you can ghostwrite, ghostwrite for some people.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good. That's actually pretty good business too. To be
there
honest.
you go. Like,
Yeah, I told a lot of people that too.
Like, hey, like, I love where you're going with it, but you know, like maybe if we give your words over here, you know, we can fucking boom, you get a writing credit and all this shit, a little pay. That's what's up.
But the business side of it, I mean, obviously as you grow, like I started reading books. So you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, read this book from 20 to 25. You're learning still. People think you're adults, but you're actually not. 25, you're learning, you're partying and everything. By 25, you should already stop and you should start working out and work on yourself and that body, because that's what your prime. That's not really much your prime. 20, you know, 25 to 30, you should work on yourself, stop partying, look into a house, you know, and all that, and a fam, you know. So that's why I said by the time I'm 30 years old, I'll have a house, and I did it. I got a house by 29. So I read that book, dude. And then 30. Thank you.
Beautiful.
30 to 40 is where. That's where you need to bring the business, the product you have, make it into a business from 30 to 40 and make it into something. That product you need to make it into something, like, which is right now what we're going to do here in a minute. We'll talk about, right?
Yes,
and so
sir.
by 40, you have it established. And because by 40, bro, you have to think about a time. Like right now, I'm inspiring the kids who are 19 right now, 18. You need to get their vote, right?
Facts.
So when I'm 40, they're going to be 30. Right now, or when I'm 35, which a lot of shit could happen in 5 years, they're going to be 24. They're still young, and they're still going to follow us. So by 40, the game has changed, and the city has changed, and we already built a foundation. We're building the foundation now, but by that time, it's already established and fully connected and everywhere. So that's reading the books of business, and that's what got me into the mindset. And then I got into sales. While I was like, because I was in the service industry for a long time. I was a server. You don't learn about sales. You just learn about serving people. But I had to change that area, and I got into sales, into phones. But your mind changes into what I got to do to make this fucking sale. You
gotta learn people.
Yeah, and then the books, right? You have to take a product that's not doing well, and what can you do to make that product sell and to make it valuable. Right, just like Laredo. Laredo is a product, and no one has, probably has taken the initiative to take that product because a product, you got to work with it.
Yes, sir.
You have to work with what you have, and you need to learn what you could do with that product and how you can make it valuable and an asset, and then distribute it. So I read books would help me out, and then keeping that mindset all the time, bro. I mean, it's hard to keep that mindset,
for sure.
But a lot of spiritual like books and person like your like work on yourself and business, like that's basically what got me into it.
What are like 2-3 books that you could name right now that
it's been a while since I read a book.
Okay, give me one. The one that gave you like so much knowledge.
It's a green book. It's like something about, because also I read books a lot about saving, like being financially free, financially
stable.
Dude, I have it in my closet, bro. I forgot what it's called. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know.
You're gonna have to post this shit on Instagram. Yeah. Post it in your stories. This is the book from the fucking podcast.
And when Laudo go to my house, they see the books. I have a couple books there. That I go to the library too, and I rent out books and I read them too. And then so I'll have a couple books there on the desk, and they're like, "Oh shit, what is this?" Like, yeah, because it makes you grow, right? Like, you have to be financially stable, bro. You have to, you know what I'm saying, for sure, because that's what keeps you also in that right
the ability
mindset.
to move.
Yeah.
Gives you that ability to move. And so one of the main reasons why we're all here today to, celebrate, of course, like the success of everything that you've been doing and look forward to the vision in the future is the radio show that's coming, right?
Hell yeah.
What can you guys tell me about that?
Man, okay. So now that, everybody knows FrankieConElFlow Friday, that's the, if any projects that I want to do, we had to build, again, a foundation first, that following, have where our artists are heard, have a meaning to everybody, and then we could spread from there. What can we do, again, better to do it better? So, first, it was just me being on the radio show first. I've always been wanting to be on the radio because here in Laredo, there hasn't been any, maybe there has, like Gateway City Radio did. Shout out to DJ Kicks. all the way in Dallas. It's my boy.
Shout out DJ Kicks.
And he had Gateway City Radio, and he would do Latin Hour, right? He put me on there a couple times, and he played a couple other artists too as well on there. Maybe like I was in Austin, maybe there was shows. I'm not trying to talk about shit, but I mean,
as far as on your radar, like it was
on my radar, it wasn't on my radar. Maybe there was, but now there isn't though. There isn't, right?
Yeah, there
right
really isn't. No.
But so what I wanted is like I needed to build that platform first and build who I am now, and then finally get the radio shows up and prove to people to do the radio show. So I need to find the right person and shout out to DJ D-Rock. I don't know if you know DJ D-Rock.
Not personally. But
we know each other for a very long time. We go way back. And he knew everything that I've done. And he knew I want to do a radio show. And one day he told me, hey, let's get you on the radio. I was like, all right. Well, for me, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he wants to give it to me. I don't know if it's. So I didn't take it seriously. Right. And so then we talked again, and he was serious. And then we got on a group chat, him and Casanova. And keep in mind, around this time, I was going through a lot of shit, right? Which I'm not gonna dive into, but it's about the family and all that. So it took me a while, but also it happened all at the right time because maybe I wasn't ready to do it. It's taking its time to make it happen the right way.
Divine timing, bro.
It is, and it definitely is. And so like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna do it. So they really believed in me because they know we have this following and it could be a number one show because we're gonna have finally a local radio show that's gonna we will do whatever we can, also family friendly, but put artists from the radio on this radio station, and not just radio artists. Since my platform has Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, like. We're going to have artists from all over Texas on this radio show, too. We're going to have all that, and it's going to blow up. And we're going to be the number one, I believe, and they say the number one radio show to support local artists, right? So that's what my ideal was, right? Because they need somebody like that here. Growing up, you listen to radio, you will listen to what? 106.1, Sammy the House, right? By the time I'm 35, 40, this is my goal, is that everybody's going to listen to Frankie and Lemon Beatz as the number one radio show for local artists, and I want these kids to grow up to us in the future. You know what I'm saying? And that's the plan. Now, it was just gonna be me, but I'm just a host though. I really didn't think about a DJ until Lemon Beatz, right, brought it up because I believe he was on the radio too. But it was like, yo, that's actually a fucking great idea. Why not bring Lemon into it? Because we also have plans too in the future that we want to do. But this is going to be the start of it. And so, like, while I host on the radio, he can do the mixing, and let's do it together, right? And that's when I brought him into it. And he's always told me, man, like, whenever we first met each other, he was like, yo, I mean, I've always wanted to meet you. I want to get, stuff done with you. And if he did a radio show, he wanted to do it with me. I mean, I'm just rephrasing, right? But, I mean, that's what, you know what I'm saying?
We're here for the man himself.
Because I wanted to do a radio show, and I actually had my own radio show back then, but I was like, oh man, I don't know. I just want to do it right, Like I want to do something that feels right. And
when you were doing your radio show, what was the format? Like were you hosting and like mixing as well, or?
Yeah, basically D-Rock also helped me out because I was with him and when it was Mixer Radio 107.9 back then.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I basically just wanted to do something more with local artists, and then Frankie pitched in that idea, and I was like, "Yo, I can make
this shit happen." Yes, sir.
We can make it happen.
I mean, I see y'all like at least every other weekend, like doing shit in the club and everything. I've gotten to be at places where you fucking are DJing and fucking
Luna, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
yeah.
That's the fucking spot.
Shout out to Luna Discotheque.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's a hot spot, man. I fuck with it heavy. But we spent so much time with Frankie. Let me turn the spotlight over to you here, Lemon, for a bit. What got you into DJing, man?
Man, I've always liked DJing. My dad had a compadre that he was like into like the sonido and all that stuff, like the lights. And I was small. I was probably in elementary.
No shit.
And I was like, the lights and everything. So I used to always play baseball my whole life, but I always liked music. And in high school, my last year when I was a senior, I actually quit baseball because of some shit that happened, you know. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this DJing stuff. And I tried it, and I never looked back ever since.
Did you start like DJing at like quinceañeras and shit like that? Or like,
yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, that's why I started being a server at the place where I first DJ'd, like officially.
Yeah.
I was a server, and I was like, yo, you guys need a DJ? I'm like, I
your
don't know.
man.
I'm not the best, but you know, I'll try it. And
how many years have you been doing it? Like since then, like from then to now?
2018, probably. I'm going to 6 years.
Damn, dude. Hell yeah.
I'm 22 now.
Work. 22 barely?
Yeah.
No shit. Okay, I figured I was like, you look kind of young.
Like,
I was like, bro, young.
I look 18. Sure. I look 18.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way you're over fucking 24. That's what I was thinking when I saw you come in right now. I was like, okay, shit, 22. Damn, bro. Like, what was your experience like getting connected with Frank?
Frankie, I've seen him in the shows. Yeah, the FrankieConElFlow.
Yeah, like Fridays, right? Yeah, FrankieConElFlow.
How did we actually meet?
So, I think I went to Rochas. And, I mean, around that time, like, even though I was in Austin, I knew, like, what was going on, like, over there. All the artists and the DJs I wanted to meet. And then he was sharing my stuff and, you know, and all that. And then I went to Rochas. I was like, yo, you're going to be at Rochas? So I went there. And that's when we first met. It was at Rochas, and that's where we got, you know, it was on a Sunday, you know, but, you know, we clicked, you know what I'm saying, too. And, you know, I told him what I liked about him and his potential, and, you know, I mean, same way. But that's where we first met, bro.
Yeah, Rochas, that big party.
Oh, yeah. I know. But he was telling me that, yeah, man, like, I felt honored, bro, because, like, you know, even though, like, I've done a lot of stuff, but to me, I was like, with Lemon Beatz, I was like, yo, man, Lemon Beatz, you know, it's got the bag. I mean, aside, you know, and he's got people and all that, and he's fucking talented. And so, like, I'm always honored to meet, you know, people who are fucking doing it, bro, you know?
Yes,
so when he told me the same thing, I was like, yo, man, you know, it was awesome.
Mutual respect.
Yeah. And then from there, bro, like, we don't hang out as much because I got my fam and all that. But
of course.
we have the same mindset. Like, he's 22 years old. I'm 31. But, you know, that's why I fuck with him, because I see a lot of potential in him, and he has that great business mindset, and I know he has my back, you know what I'm saying? But
chess, not checkers, bro. Chess, not checkers.
I just actually learned how to play chess probably like 2 months ago. All my friends play, but I'm pretty good at it.
I'm not a master. I don't know how to play chess at all, so. Same. But I like the phrase. Yeah, I'll throw that phrase out there.
See, yeah, that's where we first met. But we known, I like I said, I knew what he was doing. He knew what I was doing, but I was like, man, what's... Like, same thing with you. You know, you see me for a while.
Yeah.
And it took, 2 years to finally, you know,
make this shit come together. Yeah.
But it's like nothing, though. Like, you know, it just...
Because you were the only artist, like, actually doing it. Like you said, like, doing something and putting your face out there and sharing posts and posting and everything, you know? So I was like, oh, Frankie.
Yeah.
Motherfucker on the radar.
It just have to do it genuinely, bro. It's weird how people come up to me and then, like, they feel like they know me for years. And the same way, bro, I was talking to, whenever I started my show, I would talk to artists over the phone, people I didn't even know, and we'd be on the phone for like an hour or 2 hours. Like, and those are the type of, like, relationships I have. These people that didn't know me, but they felt like they knew me forever, but because I've always, like, you know how people have that character persona online? Yeah. But I've always said I don't have one, bro. Like, it's me who I am online. If you see me online or in person, that's who you're gonna get. Someone actually went to my house. Like, they finally met me after 2 years, I think 3 years. They're looking at me and like, "Yo, Frankie, you're the same way in person. I thought you were gonna be different." Like, bro, shit, bro. I mean, yeah, bro. I'm not gonna hide nothing.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah,
what you see is what you get, bro.
Originality.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And I think, like, in today, you know, the way that people are consuming media, whether it's like a podcast like this, you know, your show, music in general, I think that being genuine is probably one of the biggest things that helps differentiate, you know, yourself from the crowd, because everyone can do anything.
Right.
People can be doing this by just using their phone and shit. Right. You know, like, we have all this cool shit or whatever, but you can literally just use your phone. Like you said, like, if you're making music, the same thing, you could just use your phone and shit.
Yeah.
And so there's so much content out there now.
See.
Everyone and their fucking mom has a podcast. Everyone and their fucking mom does music and all that shit. Everyone's a producer and shit. So, like, I think that factor of just being able to be yourself comes through, dude, and that attracts people. Like the people that are like-minded, people that are maybe sharing the same path as you in their own way and shit. Yeah. That's what brings people together, dude. That fucking genuine.
What sets you apart from everybody else?
100%, man.
You know, like music. There was always music podcasts, but there are always reviews. That's what set me aside from that. I wasn't reviewing. I was reacting. You know, like to music, and it was always good. But it's because you also have, like, I get business, like study the people you have here in Laredo. Laredo people, they're different. You know, they get discouraged or they don't follow somebody who thinks, you know, like if they're not real or genuine, they need to believe in that one person here.
It's like everyone's a Cowboy fan. Other guys, no, but I mean, like I think in Laredo, what it is like it's kind of like cool to hate. You know what I mean? Like. Like, look at this vato, he thinks he's, like, better or whatever. Or, like, he's trying to do some shit. Like, look at this guy or whatever. And you're just, like, I mean, I try not to be that way, but, like, you know, people just shit on
and it's facts. Like, and it's facts. Like, they think, like, they're being like cocky or se quiere mucho. It's always a thing. But me, I had to keep it real. What way? Like, just being real with everybody, with all type of people. Like, that's what set me apart from everybody, you know? Like, I need to gain everybody's trust. I have to.
100%, man. I feel that. I feel that, too. Of all the different music that you've played on your shows on FrankieConElFlow Fridays, what has been some of, like, the most memorable tracks that you've come across?
Damn, bro. I couldn't even probably tell you.
No, or maybe in general, just artists. Like, that every time that they give you something, you're just like, damn, like, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, I could shout out some artists. I remember when I first started, Bubba. Shout out to Bubba, from Gutter Chose. He really stood out to me. And then Arte de Medellin stood out too. It's my boy. What else? Oh, Reno stood out a lot too. Oh, Gio, obviously Gio's the first one. Gio, to me, Giovanni from Wave Mafia, he's the one that stood out to me. I actually managed him for a bit, him and his team. I mean, there's a lot, bro. I can't keep mentioning names, but there's a lot. But those are the ones from the beginning. Yeah, okay. I don't stop because I maybe like 200 plus artists I've listened to. So I really couldn't tell you right now for how I feel to midway to the beginning. There's a lot, man. So, but those are the ones that I was first listening to when I first started that caught my eye, and they've always supported. Those are the day ones, you know, for sure.
Shout out to the day ones, man.
Day one says the first live show, man, July 27th, 2020. We're about to hit that the 3-year
anniversary,
which is where my last album was dropping. July 29th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dropping that last one.
Do you have like a working title or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I do. It's called Discotón.
Discotón,
porque es un disco, pero es un discotón.
Shit.
Porque it's gonna be a bunch of type of genres on that album.
Mad respect. Shit, let's see. We touched on mostly everything that I really wanted to get into today, and I really appreciate you guys coming in and like fucking sitting down with me and taking some time to just, you know, chop it up and do everything that we've been doing. As far as the radio show itself, like, could you guys give us a little bit of an insight into like what the format may be looking like or what you're thinking on?
Yeah, for sure. We've actually talked about it a couple of calls. We haven't really gotten together yet, but we still have to get we're waiting on the mixer. And so, but we have these ideas already. So with D-Rock, we're gonna go probably live every single Monday, in the afternoon. But we're also I keep forgetting we could pre-record the live shows. So I gotta talk to D-Rock, but like, hey, I could how it is on OBS. So we could put it on the whole week, maybe one Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He's gonna be mixing a couple songs, but it's not gonna be just like mainstream music. Like I want to put
local artists.
Yeah, local artists. Yeah, local artists. Yeah, local artists is always gonna be the one that we're gonna put. But music that you're not gonna hear all the time, continuously and repetitive. We're gonna put different type of music, and I know it has to be family friendly, but we're gonna do whatever our best to make sure we put, like, you know, for example, like let's say Peso Pluma. Like you don't hear on 106.1 or other radio shows because you know the things it says and all that, but we're gonna try our best to like maneuver what we could play. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But mostly it's gonna be local artists for sure on there.
So if you guys are hearing this, local artists in the radio, start making your music radio edits, dude. So we can
Yeah.
Radio
fucking
edits, yes, sir.
radio edits, so you can get on there.
And you know what? We could probably like ask them like, hey, can you like give it to me as a radio edit?
Yeah, for sure. Because mostly artists that first of all, we have like there's gonna be a bunch of music coming in for sure. And we're gonna have fucking songs for days, but I have to listen to them. They have to be like really, they have to sound good, like mastered.
Right. You
radio
gotta come with that
edited,
heat.
like family friendly. Because if you want us to radio edit it, and Lemon's gonna do that because I don't really know how to radio edit it, but there's gonna be a charge if you want me to radio edit it for sure.
Dude.
We'll get it on there for you for sure. But if we're gonna do the extra work to radio edit all these tracks, there is gonna be a small fee for sure.
And that's completely reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like as an artist, if you're able to like, be at that level where you're like, I'm going to take care of the radio edit to make sure I deliver like the right type of product. Cause it goes back to having the right product.
Yeah.
Like then that just distinguishes you like, hey, this guy's serious. Like he's coming up with us to like a fucking master track. The levels are right.
Yeah.
The fucking audio is tight as fuck. We got the bleeps in all the right spots. So
exactly. Yeah. So that's the main idea, right? It's the local artists. But, because a lot of artists are excited that they're going to have a radio show where they're gonna have their music on the radio, on the 102.9 FM, man. Makes your radio.
I'm excited. I'm not making music or anything, but I'm fucking excited because that's like a big step, dude. Like, if you look at other places that are, and I'm gonna use hip hop because that's like my main thing. Like I'm a huge hip hop head. Like if you look at New York, they fucking have Power 106. They got the Breakfast Club. They got Hot 97. They got everything, dude. And what would they do? Put on their people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where did Wu-Tang get listened to? Where did Nas? Like all of them, they were all from New York, and they all got that airwave and shit. And like that, I think gives Laredo like it moves it up another level to like finally being able to bring our own people onto the fucking map. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And then for people they trust, like Lemon Beatz and myself.
Yes, sir.
And then it's just we're bringing Laredo on top. Like the following I have is all over Texas, so they're gonna be like, oh shit, Laredo, like a local station from Laredo. I'm gonna put Laredo more on the map. We're already on the map. I don't know. A lot of people say we're not on the map, but we are on the fucking map.
There's artists out there that are maybe not in Laredo right now. And shout out to y'all. I love y'all. You know who I'm talking about. They're putting on in a big way for the fucking city, like big time. So mad respect to everyone that's out there. And if you're out there and you feel like you're putting it on for us, then let us know, dude. Shit, holla, we got the man himself right fucking here. Send your music in. But
Dale shine,
bro. Ponle flow, ponle un poco flow.
Going back to Breakfast Club, like a Power 106, like it's not just gonna be that too as well. Like I'm also gonna bring artists onto the radio show. Like we're gonna interview them, three questions, something easy, and they're gonna hear themselves on the radio. Like stuff like that. Like we're gonna
make it a little bit more personable. Make that connection.
That's where you want to be heard. This is your opportunity, and you have me, right? And everybody's gonna have the opportunity, to be heard officially on the radio. There are gonna be interviews here and there. There's an idea that we want to bring other DJs too that are not on the radio to give the opportunity, like guest DJs, like for example Javi, DJ Bradman. I know Bradman's on the radio station right now, but any DJ. We want to bring them onto that and give them the opportunity to guest DJ on 102.9. This is for everybody. This is a platform where like you come to me and this is not just mine, right? Or Lemon's. This is for the city.
For Laredo, bro.
This is for Laredo, bro. This like my platform's for everybody. This is gonna be a little more strict because it is business. This is ran off Mixer Radio. It's like it's their thing, right? But it's still their platform, and we finally have an official platform. Like really out there now, not just my live show, but we're gonna do a lot, man. This is just the beginning. More things will come along, but we're stepping foot into this type of industry where I've never been this, and I've never done this before. Lemon Beatz has. I'm excited what we could do next, man. Honestly.
Fuck yeah! So everyone, again, if you by this time you haven't done it, make sure you go to Frankie's Instagram. Lemon, what's your Instagram? I don't have it right offhand.
Lemon, what's it called?
Underscore?
Yeah, Lemon_Beatz.
Lemon_Beatz. You can follow both of them.
My English ain't that great.
It's no worries. No. As long as it, go hit the follow.
There's only one Lemon Beatz here, so if you just put Lemon Beatz on Instagram, you'll find them, bro.
It'll pop up. Yeah, it'll pop up. Or if not, you'll definitely find them on Frankie's fucking Instagram. So
yeah, for sure.
There you go. Go follow, go subscribe to all their fucking platforms. Make sure you listen to the music. Follow them on Facebook for the Franco and Flow Fridays. Keep your eyes and your ears peeled for 102.9. What's the timeline look like for that? Like, do you guys have a date?
Honestly, right now it's gonna be every Monday. We're gonna go off a Lemon Beatz schedule, but that's where we're gonna go live, like live, where people can see us doing it like live on the spot.
Okay.
But there's gonna be some times where we don't, and I haven't talked to D-Rock yet because that didn't come to my mind, around that time. But it might be pre-recorded. Mostly it's gonna be pre-recorded. There'll be some days when will go live.
There you have it. Shit, I don't know. Is there anything that you guys want to plug at all? Other than everything we just covered.
Just follow me. Follow us. Lemon Beatz and everything. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Flow Records.
And Flow Records, bro. I guess the last thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't even get to dive too deep into that, but.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. For me, honestly, bro, just wait on Discoton. First, I'm a podcast. I represent the city. Second, I'm an artist. The last album before I go do the radio show, because to me the radio show is gonna be more important. So I want to put all my attention and my effort and time for y'all. So look out for that. And then, end of July, starting August, FrankieConElLemon Beatz, where all artists are heard on 102.9 Mixer Radio.
There you guys have it. And for us, you guys already know. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Get your podcast wherever you listen to it. You can find this on there. The video, of course, will be on YouTube. The audio will be everywhere else. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out once again. We have a lot of very interesting shit coming up. So, if you're watching this shit on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell. That way you can keep up to date with all the new shit that's coming out.
Subscribe.
Yes, sir. Peace, everybody. We love you.
Peace.